Breaking news now. Russian forces have targeted a military base near Kharkiv in eastern Ukraine, possibly using vacuum bombs. They're killing at least 70 Ukrainian soldiers. Local officials have said it's an official report that's coming out, making it perhaps the deadliest attack since this invasion actually began. The attack happened on Monday when Russian forces hit a military base in Okhtyrka, a small city about 49 kilometers from the border with Russia and 100 kilometers northwest of Kharkiv. Okhtyrka is the site of perhaps the worst death toll so far in the Russian invasion. We are told that 70 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed in this one single attack.
Now, from initial reports itself, it was suggested that Russia is targeting particularly military installations. And in this particular incident that's been confirmed, Russian artillery hitting a Ukrainian camp there, and that's led to 70 Ukrainian soldiers being killed. That's the biggest casualty count that's been reported since the war began, the biggest attack on a military base. This has happened close to Kharkiv, the second largest city of Ukraine. Russian troops and the army has been targeting particularly military installations, in the course of which we've also seen several civilian areas being affected, being targeted by bombing. But this is unfortunate news that's come in of Russian artillery hitting a Ukrainian military base, leading to at least, we're being told, 70 Ukrainian soldiers dying.
Maria Pysarenko continues to be with us from Kyiv, a city that could be the target of the next attack. We are awaiting more information on that front. But Maria, the images coming in from Okhtyrka near Kharkiv, where the largest amount of damage has apparently been inflicted. We are told, vacuum bombs could perhaps have also been used in this particular attack. It is by far the biggest single toll that we are reporting so far as part of this invasion, Maria.
Yeah, it seems to be so, but we try to stay away from wishful thinking or guesses which types of missiles could be used to attack Kyiv, because we already see the quite tense and difficult situation now. So no need to do these forecasts or do these guesses. As far as we see the situation in Kyiv now, yes, the suburbs have been under attack for several days now, and we can also see such situations as, for example, one of civil objects targeted by the Russians, which is maternity house. It was hit this night in Buzova village on the Kyiv-Zhytomyr highway. So it's clearly not a military installation, and Russians clearly just try, to fire whatever they can in whatever direction they could do this, just, to put the capital, to put Kyiv under the siege, to block the entrances out of the city. And this is now what they're doing is happening on the western direction, the western entrance to Kyiv. So this is what is happening right now from the Zhytomyr Oblast and closer to Kyiv, getting closer to Kyiv, right? But overall, I have to say that we expected worse this night in Kyiv, and there were not so much, explosions and not so much bombing as, for example, 2 days ago here in Kyiv. But overall, in all Ukraine, the situation remains really very tense, and these spots like Okhtyrka, like Kharkiv, are really showing that there is no time, to think that after negotiations everything could be better than it was several days ago. And by the way, these negotiations are largely believed even to be the reason of this heavy bombing which we see in Kharkiv, in Okhtyrka. And people here on social media are joking that we can guess that Ukraine was very strict with its demands during the negotiations which happened yesterday on near the Pripyat river between Ukrainian side and Russian side. And it is believed here in Ukraine that the demands were so strict and so unchanged by Ukraine. actually refused, to compromise its plans. Sorry, and as we see, Russians are furious and angry, and these very aggressive attacks are like the answer to, the negotiations which went not by Russian scenario, but in the way Ukrainians actually wanted it to be, and really what they demanded, not the Russians.
Maria, there are some other reports also coming in. You were getting us details about how there was an attack on this military installation. But beyond that also, there have been multiple reports of civilian settlements also being targeted. The Kharkiv mayor, for example, is making a mention about a family being targeted while they were in their home, that they were burnt alive, unfortunately, due to shelling. And there are such horrifying, tragic such reports coming in from across Ukraine.
Yeah, right. We see that civil objects are being targeted all the time for the last, I would say, 4 days maybe. We're now day 6 of the conflict, and it seems to me that the military objects were the targets just for the first massive attack, the first day of invasion, which was 6 days ago. And then we see clearly the targets have been changing. For example, we've seen several days ago, it seems to me like 3 days ago, Okhtyrka, which is Kyiv Child's Hospital, was targeted, and there was 5 casualties. 1 person died, and out of 4 people injured, 1 was the child. So we also see the high-rise residential buildings in Kyiv being targeted.